Well, Jared has always been a kid that he just always worked hard. He's gotten the most out of his potential, and he's been so smart and bright. I mean, you give him a play on the grease board, and you know you can walk out on the field immediately, and he's going to be able to execute what you need him to do. I remember when he was a JV football player, he worked so hard, and they executed, and he and Daniel Rose were back there running and controlling the clock and just executing and playing as hard as they could possibly play. And then, you know, the spring before his senior year and the summer before his senior year, I was just very impressed with how hard he worked and how much he prepared, how much he wanted to be the starting fullback for the Marcus Marauders. And we knew that, you know, he may not be the biggest guy in the world or the fastest guy in the world, but his desire and his heart and his passion and his courage and his intelligence was going to allow him to be very, very productive for us. And you know, that proved to be true. I'm just thoroughly impressed with his work ethic and his toughness and his intelligence and his can-do mentality. The one highlight that I think about Jared is the last game of the season, bi-district playoffs against Euless Trinity. And I challenged the kids all week long going to that game. You know, I was really pretty nervous for our guys because it was going to be a big challenge for us, and I knew what we were up against. It was the typical, you know, David versus Goliath type situation, and I just hadn't felt that up until that point in time our team, our players had played with the kind of emotion and passion that you need to play with to play this game at a high level. And we talked all week long about being passionate and having that inner emotion in order to have outward expression. And the only way you could have outward expression was to have that inner emotion, have that fire and that drive and that passion. And we talked about the triangle and the color red and what fire represents and what makes fire, and just tied it in with that passion, that inner emotion. And I can remember, I believe it was the first offensive play of the game. And we throw Rap 46, which is one of our #1 play-action passes. And Rap means run-action pass, and we're faking 46, so it was Rap 46, and the fullback's in the strong side flats. And we fake it to the tailback, and the quarterback half rolls out and hits Jared out in the flat, and he takes about 2 steps, and Trinity's cornerback just obliterates him, just knocks him into the Trinity sideline, and I'm thinking, oh gosh, I've lost my fullback for the game, you know, the first play of the game. And he pops up and he pounds his chest and he shows that emotion. He showed that outward expression that we were looking for, and there's no doubt that's what he was trying to do. He was trying to prove to his teammates and to his coaches that he'd listened and he'd taken it to heart, and that I told him, you know, there are going to be times during that game you're going to get hit pretty hard, and you're going to get knocked around, and you got to decide real quickly. You've got to decide right now before you even get knocked down what you're going to do, because it's going to happen. So you can't wait till you get knocked down and your head hits the turf to decide what you're going to do. You need to decide now. You need to decide on Wednesday and Thursday and Friday morning, and you know, before the game actually occurs. So I was just really impressed. I saw it that night during the game. His teammates saw it, and that just gave us a little bit more courage as a team to go on and fight and get after them the best that we possibly could. So that's probably the one football moment that I appreciate and respect Jared the most.